game! Make the game! What's the game? What's the name? I'm a Kamen Rider.
And we are live! What's up, everybody? It's the Quarter Guy, and it is almost time for the Nintendo Direct. The first Nintendo Direct of the year, and it's time for, once again, my reaction to it. So, and I'm not alone. Looks like I got a friend. Looks like I got a friend with me. So, looks like Fifth Eye Gamer, who's a friend in my Discord server, is here with me. Hey, Fifth Eye, what's up?
A whole heck of a lot. I've got the stream in my Microsoft Edge, so I'll be watching alongside you.
Yeah, that's nice.
Also, hello everyone, this is the Fifth Eye Gamer.
Yeah, Fifth Eye Gamer is part of my Splatoon team that we do Splatfest with, Team 01. So,
speaking of which, this Saturday,
Splatfest on Twitch! We embrace the dark chocolate side.
just because we dwell in the darkness, that does not mean we lack the courage to face you in the light.
So, we're expecting to see a lot of stuff about Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I really hope it's not $70.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone's hoping that we don't get a price hike.
I mean, it's still the Switch. I mean, unless they're about to spring some new system on us, in which case, still $70.
Yeah. Of course, that also leaves the open question on whether or not we'll be seeing any DLC, as is common with games these days, including Breath of the Wild itself.
Yeah, we still haven't heard about this big DLC for Splatoon 3 yet, so...
Although, the Squid Research Lab did post a tweet in regards to the Direct, one which I said is rated S for subtle.
Yeah, speaking of Twitter, I was gonna try to post the notice of my stream starting, but for some reason, Twitter says I'm over the daily limit for tweets when I didn't tweet nearly that many tweets. I blame Musk for this.
You and me both.
Alrighty, so let's head over to the yes, there is a daily limit on tweets, but it's supposed to be like 2,400 tweets. There must have been a glitch. That's the only feasible explanation. Or either that or Mr. Musk secretly lowered the limit drastically without telling anybody.
Especially if it's for people who aren't using Twitter Blue.
It ain't free speech if you have to pay for it.
Yeah. It's called free speech for a reason, pals.
Anyways, we got the thing up. So. Oh, wait. I have to actually move to the main scene for that. Whoops. Alrighty, so moving to the full screen. So I'm hoping to get more info on Battle Network Legacy Collection. That would be nice. Maybe some new systems for Nintendo Switch Online. Hoping to learn more. I'm hoping to find out what kind of all new games we're going to be seeing today.
Yeah.
John McCallop in the chat is asking, thoughts on Hi-Fi Rush? That game is... I'm having fun with that game so far, when I'm finding time to play for it in between my office job and my... I'm working on my next video. Alright, we're about one...
It, but it definitely looks like a thrill ride.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure we're gonna get new info on Tears of the Kingdom. And that's pretty. I'm guessing that's probably gonna be the first big focus. Well, one of the big focuses of this direct.
Right. Let's see. Should be starting any second now.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get some info on Metroid Prime 4. Oh, here we go. It's starting. Obligatory COVID message. Here we go. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Ooh, Pikmin 4?
Looks that way to me.
Alright, we got the tease like last year, so... Yep, Pikmin 4. So... This looks like vastly different from the kind of environments we saw in the first 3 games. I mean... Most of it was in the Nature Forest, but this looks like, this looks like more like the civilized areas of the planet.
Like a suburban area, if you ask me.
Yeah. I'm liking how it looks so far. It looks like we've got a new protagonist here. Tomato! Pop! It's very nice looking. Of course, it looks like we got familiar enemies here.
Yeah.
Fifth Eye, would you mind turning up your volume, your mic around just a little bit? It's hard for me to hear. Ooh, Ice Pikmin!
Okay, escalated to 45. That better?
Yeah. Ooh, this is interesting. Ooh. Ooh, we got Doggo. Oh, that's neat. The Doggo can carry your Pikmin across water. That's pretty cool. Ochi? Oachi? How do you pronounce it? Ooh, castaways, huh? So the plot's gonna revolve looking for castaways, I see?
Yeah.
Oh my. Up we go. And away we go! So... that was a nice way to start it off.
So, it's going on at night.
At night. Oh boy. Oh boy! July 21st.
Hello everyone. I'm Shinya Takahashi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo.
Yeah, up until now we haven't seen what happens at night in a Pikmin game.
The latest trailer for Pikmin 4. A dog-like creature was spotted. What kinds of things will it show us? Please look forward to more information in the future.
Okay.
Let's see our first batch of Nintendo Switch
headlines time.
Yeah.
This new hero is a real gem. Introducing Volume 3.
Volume 3 of the expansion
Chronicles 3
pass.
Expansion Pass DLC.
Lapidurist extraordinaire.
What now?
I still need to play Xenoblade
Hello
3.
to Masha, the newest hero.
Haven't gotten around to it yet.
Lapidurist.
I've wanted to.
She can use special ore to craft accessories that can bestow various effects. Challenge battles with roguelike elements are also.
So when are we gonna get the new story content?
Select only one character and battle wave after wave of enemies.
Probably in DLC
For every
4.
win, you'll earn more heroes and special abilities. Rack up victories with your heroes and set your sights on the final stage.
I'm guessing that new
You might
content
also
is where
get
all the
special
characters are gonna
in-game
come
outfits
together.
as a reward. And coming
Sounds
in
that way to
Volume
me.
Ooh, Volume 4.
later
You're
this
right,
year.
Volume 4.
Tell me why! Is this really what you want? Nothing's gonna get through to
Wait,
him.
older
He's a
Rex!
heartless machine!
So Shulk and Rex are teaming up.
Like killing Granddad wasn't enough for you?
Volume 3 of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 expansion pass for the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 game launches on the Nintendo
So
Switch
February
system
15th for Volume
February
3.
15th.
And a hint for Volume 4.
Shake it, amigo.
Oh, I think this was leaked! Samba de Amigo!
Yeah, it actually was leaked.
Move to the
So,
beat
Party
of the brand
Central.
new Samba
It's cool that they're bringing this back.
Grab your Joy-Con controllers and gently
And-
shake them like maracas to match
And, yeah, the
time to
Joy-Con
song.
controllers really fit for this game.
Follow the
You don't need a new
instructions on
accessory
screen
for
to
it.
pose and dance. But the unexpected might happen.
Ooh,
so
this ought to be
stay on your
interesting.
toes. Why not dance with a friend to predict your compatibility in Love Checker? Make sure to show up in style too.
Ooh,
Compete online.
Accessories,
in
huh?
World Party.
ooh, online!
The lowest scores
Nice.
in each round will be eliminated.
Ooh, is this a Battle Royale game?
For first place.
Yeah.
40 songs are included, spanning a multitude of genres from around
Ah.
the world.
Oh boy, this is good. This better have a streaming mode.
Get shaken when Samba de Amigo Party Central
Because you know how
shakes
licensed
Nintendo
games are.
Switch this summer.
Summer 2023! Alright, next.
Got a passion for fashion?
Okay, Style Savvy.
Welcome to Fashion Dreamer.
Oh,
This
Fashion
is the
Dreamer.
place to
Same
glam it
idea,
up
though.
And express yourself. Here, you'll aim to become a stylish influencer.
Not my
And
thing.
You're in luck. Tons of people are seeking the latest
Yeah, there's
trends.
both of us. I'm not feeling
Give them a
it.
like if you dig their style.
Yeah.
Or suggest new outfits for them to grow as an influencer.
Yeah, yeah.
Now it's time for fashion design. Choose from
Fashion
over
was,
1,000
fashion was
design
never my
options.
thing.
Then add a personal touch to give your item a final flourish. You can get the items other people are wearing by liking them. Mix and match your favorites to create new looks. By connecting online, you can expand your friend circle and grow your brand.
My brand!
Got an eye for fashion? Then
Do you
get
have
stylish
special
when
eyes?
Fashion Dreamer debuts exclusively on Nintendo Switch this year.
Okay, next.
Delve into these dark worlds.
Dark Worlds.
Dracula's castle beckons. in
Ah, this is the DLC for Dead
roguelite
Cells.
action platformer, Dead Cells.
Yeah, North got me to try this game.
Hellish halls and outskirts alongside Richter
Oh.
Belmont and Alucard, leading up to a showdown with Death and Dracula himself. Wield
What is a man?
and other iconic weapons as
Have a
you
little
vanquish
pile of
legions of
secrets,
monsters and
but enough
frenetic
talk.
combat.
Have at you!
12 original covers and 51 songs from the Castlevania series accompany you during your quest in Dead Cells. Return to Castlevania. Sinking
This
its
is-
teeth into Nintendo
This is pretty
Switch
cool and all,
March 6th.
but it's kind of sad that
on Nintendo eShop.
Konami's doing more with Castlevania in stuff like this
Enter a
than
new
actual
grid
having a
in this
Castlevania game.
narrative puzzle adventure set within the Tron universe.
Tron Identity, huh?
Uncover dangerous truths
Yeah.
and retrieve what was
I think this
lost
was already
as you
announced.
Navigate through a perilous world. Your decisions and the alliances you forge.
I also hear Disney's working on a new Tron movie with
Tron Identity
Jared
launches first
Leto.
for consoles on Nintendo Switch this April. Who's there?
Wait, Ghost Trick!
Wait, is that? Well, that can't be good.
We got Ghost Trick!
Murder mystery Ghost Trick returns in HD.
Hey, that's my standby theme!
Becoming a ghost, you can possess and control objects. With your powers, you can even help others, like this woman, and change any...
Well, who knows? Maybe this will finally get some attention now that it's on modern systems.
Ghost Trick, Phantom Detective, Spirits onto Nintendo Switch this summer.
Next.
2 connected worlds, 1 suspenseful thriller.
Ooh, a new thriller game, huh? Okay. Deca Police.
デカシムは刑事訓練用の仮想空間。現実がコピーされた世界。
Mm-hmm.
すごい。ここ本当に仮想空間なの？
Okay.
この事件のパズルを解き明かす。
So we got part detective mystery,
そもそもこの事件には最初から違和感がある。
investigations.
この事件の犯人はお前だ。
Okay.
警察だ。おとなしくしろ。
武力兵器の使用はデカバングルにかざして申請よ。
So we got investigation, RPG.
宝石強奪未遂で現行犯逮捕する。
Well then.
ハーバードがカラフル猫ちゃんになってる。
Oh boy.
誰かがデータを置き換えたんだ。
Interesting.
潜入しプログラムを書き換えた。
Indeed.
完全に犯罪だぞ。これが犯罪だと。この狂った街では手段を選んではいられない。
Okay.
私服を肥やす豚どもは一匹残らず排除する。
It's from level 5, huh?
Once upon a time,
Ah, the Bayonetta prequel.
And a demon. Experience Bayonetta's origins as a young witch named Cereza. Seeking the power to rescue her imprisoned mother, she ventures deep into the Avalon Forest ruled by fairies.
I'm going to that forest. I'm going to become a witch and save Mummy.
There, she'll encounter the otherworldly demon Cheshire. You'll control both witch and demon at the same time. Harness Cereza's magic and Cheshire's ferocity to travel through this mysterious and dangerous forest. They'll need to work together in battle as well.
Cheshire, let's go!
Cereza cannot attack and can only support Cheshire by magically binding. Hold an enemy
Sorry
in
about that.
place while Cheshire attacks. Or stop an aggressive one to focus on another. Strategically use each character's abilities to win battles.
Ah, this looks good.
The duo will gain strength as they continue their journey.
I still need to play Bayonetta 3.
New paths can be opened, and battles can be more easily swayed in your favor. Can Cereza and Cheshire find their happily ever after?
Cheshire, let's go!
Bayonetta Origins. Cereza
Okay, March 17th. We've got a release date for
onto
that.
the Nintendo Switch system March 17th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
All right.
How was that? Next, please take a look at this.
Next important game info.
Yeah.
Splatoon 3 update.
And this might be a big one.
This might be the big DLC.
Especially since it seems to focus on the subway. And the
Yep.
last time something like that happened...
Oh, here we go. Ah, so...
Wait, we're back in Inkopolis?
Oh? Oh? The expansion pass! Wave... Oh, it's in waves now. So wave 1 is
Introducing
Inkopolis.
the Splatoon 3 expansion pass. This paid DLC includes 2 waves of content. The first wave is Inkopolis. Make this splat-tastic place from the original Splatoon game your stomping grounds.
Well now.
This is Booyah Base. It's got some pretty nifty weapons and gear. You might spot
So we're gonna be able to visit the
faces
locations from the
alongside
previous 2
shopkeepers.
games.
Products
Yeah.
here are the same as the ones in Splatsville, so shop wherever your vibes are strongest. Salmon Run, Table Turf Battle, The Shoal, and Amiibo functionality all work in the same way here too.
So is there gonna be story content?
The Squid Sisters will also perform here during Splatfests. Need a mix of old school and freshness? Then head over to Inkopolis.
Well then. It'll be good to see them in action
The first
again.
wave of this paid DLC launches this spring.
Gee, it's been a while.
Yeah. So...
Oh, what's this?
they're gonna show us more?
Yeah.
Looks like there's more. Looks like there is story content here. Oh? What's with this winter setting?
Hold up. Is that who I think it is? Or someone else?
Hmm? What is this? Side order.
Side order.
Nice, so this must be the story content side of this.
Yeah.
Wave 1 Inkopolis launches this spring.
Okay, so Wave 1 is the throwback content, and Wave 2
In the future.
is the story content.
The Splatoon 3 expansion packs will be available later today.
Okay.
On Nintendo eShop.
Well then.
Many people have played Splatoon 3 since its launch. Thank you all very much.
You're welcome.
We hope players will be able to enjoy the game even more with the upcoming paid expansion pass.
Alright,
Please look forward to more information about Splatoon 3 in the future.
next.
Let's see some more Nintendo Switch
Headlines.
Back to the headlines.
Ooh.
Adventure awaits Mickey and
Illusion
friends on
Island.
Illusion Island.
I think this was brought up before.
Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, and Goofy. Embark on a new adventure to find 3 magical books and save the mysterious island of Monoth.
Yeah.
Run, jump, and
Hey, look.
swing to
Gameplay
explore
looks pretty
every
cool.
nook and cranny of the island.
Yeah.
By unlocking special abilities, you can reach new places and find secret areas.
But I see this art style and I think of those shorts that were made in recent years, especially the ones that had the memes and related to them. What happened?
Share a hug for extra help.
Sorry.
Play leapfrog for larger jumps, or drop a rope to lend a hand.
All right.
Work together to save Monoth, and you might discover new paths. While exploring the island, you'll meet unusual allies and dangerous foes. Study their movements carefully to figure out the secrets to victory. Join Mickey and friends on a high-flying adventure in Disney Illusion Island.
Okay.
Swinging onto Nintendo
July
Switch
28th.
July 28th. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
Next.
More emblems are on the way.
Okay.
More Fire Emblem Engage.
More Fire Emblem. More Engage.
Fire Emblem Engage expansion
So,
pass
who's
DLC.
joining this time?
Wave 2 includes
Oh, hey, Hector.
Emblem of Strength. Raise defense and unleash counterattacks.
There is only one person.
Oh, Soren.
Emblem of Acumen. Cast magic spells over a wide area.
What is
Of course they'd add Camilla.
Emblem of Revelation. Modify the terrain to
They would. They would add Camilla.
Wave 3 includes
Oh, hey, wait. Oh, so
Robin.
Chrom and Robin are one emblem? That's interesting.
Sword and magic attacks. Veronica, emblem of
Well, how about that? They add an emblem from Heroes.
allies to fight for your cause. Challenge newly added missions.
Wasn't
to
expecting to
recruit
see
these new
that.
emblems. And in Wave 4, a new story called Bell Xenologue will be unlocked.
Oh?
Thank you for answering our prayers.
Who is it that's putting your world in danger now?
Watch out! Assassin!
Well now. So, new story,
Wave
huh?
2 of the Fire Emblem Engage expansion pass for the Fire Emblem Engage game launches on the Nintendo Switch system later.
Okay, so
today.
that's later today for Wave 2.
Take control of your destiny.
What's this now?
This is Reverie, a world in which deities
Harmony,
known as
the fall of
aspirations
Reverie, huh?
dwell. When a megacorp endangers the harmony between Reverie and our world, the future of humanity hangs in the balance. In this narrative adventure, harness your divine gift of clairvoyance
I
to
see.
travel between worlds, see the future, and decide humanity's fate. Many branching story paths, along with a riveting soundtrack by Celeste composer Lena Raine, set
Oh,
the stage
that's
for your
cool.
journey. Eventually, you'll side with one of the 6 aspirations like Bond, Power, or Chaos to change the story's outcome.
I
To
see.
which destiny do you aspire? Harmony, the Fall of Reverie.
So that's coming in
launches
June.
first for consoles on Nintendo Switch this June. These games will have you rolling.
RPGs, huh? Okay, Octopath Traveler 2.
is just around the corner.
Yep.
After today's Nintendo Direct, a demo containing the game's
Ah,
opening
demo!
hours will be available on Nintendo.
I like when
eShop.
demos allow you to transfer your data to the full game.
8 new stories await. Which path will you take first? Who will your allies be? And where will your journey lead you? Venture through a brand new world in Octopath Traveler 2, launching on Nintendo Switch February 24th.
I really love that art
Keep
style.
it rolling. Run around
Ooh.
and collect oodles of objects in this remaster of We
So
Love
they're
Katamari.
they're adding the We Love so we're making a reroll of We Love Katamari too.
Classroom.
Okay, that's nice.
And space? New features include playing as the young king of all cosmos in 5 new challenges. And taking photos with a selfie camera.
Of course, they have to add a
We
selfie
Love Katamari
feature.
Reroll plus Royal Reverie comes to Nintendo Switch June 2nd.
Ah,
In
that's
addition,
cool.
Active Nintendo Switch Online members can play a free game trial of Katamari Damashi Reroll.
Yeah, I've got the original.
Combine the powers of the sun and moon to fend off evil in this turn-based RPG.
That looks good.
Freely traverse a breathtaking world, meet characters from all walks of life, and devastate foes with timed attacks in battle. Complement your journey with enchanting melodies and retro-inspired tunes from the renowned Yasunori Mitsuda, a guest composer for the game.
That's cool.
Stars sails onto Nintendo Switch August 29th.
August.
A free demo will launch later today on Nintendo eShop.
Ooh, a demo!
If you're worth
Duke it
investigating,
out in this free-to-play online multiplayer showdown.
Oh,
Form 2 teams of 3.
you know,
and
I
challenge
had
others
the
to lightning-fast
quote-unquote
battles and
honor
hockey style.
of playtesting this.
Use each striker's skills to
of this
dominate
game?
each match.
The game we're seeing now?
Yes.
Change the course trajectory from
Is it?
afar.
Ooh, you got a chance to try it? But I'm guessing by your expression that it's,
It's not my cup of tea, but it was enjoyable while it lasted.
Omega Strike
Okay, fair
slides
enough.
Onto Nintendo Switch April 27th. Pre-orders for this free-to-play game begin today.
So
on
you're saying it's
Nintendo
not
eShop.
necessarily bad, it's just not your thing.
Yeah.
Dive back into the sprawling labyrinth.
Etrian Odyssey?
A collection of the first 3 Etrian
Ooh.
Odyssey games is coming to Nintendo Switch, remastered in HD.
Well
Many
now.
treasures lie deep within a massive labyrinth. Its paths are intertwined, and vicious monsters lurk in the shadows. A blank map is your only guide.
So they're bringing back Etrian
By
Odyssey.
drawing the map as you explore, you can progress even further.
That ought to be good.
Venture
I
into
know
the
people who have
labyrinth
been
with adventurers.
pining for
As
this
the guild
series to
leader,
return
you'll assign them
in
roles,
some way.
like the Allied Defending Protector or the ultra-fast Dark Hunter. But be warned, every adventure is fraught with danger. Should you fall in battle, you can change your team and learn new skills to strengthen your party before challenging the labyrinth again.
Well then. F-O-E!
24 new
F-O-E!
character illustrations
F-O-E! F-O-E!
Plus, take advantage of new difficulty options and a new auto-mapping function for smoother exploration.
Well,
Etrian Odyssey Origins Collection launches on Nintendo Switch June 1st. Each game in the collection will also be available
oh, so it's
on
like,
Nintendo
so it's
eShop.
so it's both a collection,
Pre-orders
or you can
begin
get them
today
separately. I
on
see.
Nintendo eShop.
That's smart.
Yeah, that's how they
Get
flipping
your
stuff like that.
tactical skills.
Oh, they finally got a date for Advance Wars.
Calling
Yeah.
all strategy fans.
Damn
The
shame
Advance
what
Wars
happened
1+2
to
reboot campaign is
forestall
only a
this
couple of
one.
months away.
Yeah.
Join Andy, Max, Sammy, and more in 2 full story campaigns, each one filled with colorful turn-based tactical
I do
action.
like this. I do like these
Flex
this
your
animated
strategic muscles across a multitude
animation.
of modes. Design your own maps.
Redundancy!
and share them with friends. Plus, go head-to-head in local and online play. Advance Wars 1+2 reboot
April
campaign
21st.
to Nintendo Switch, April 21st. Pre-orders begin today.
Finally.
On Nintendo eShop.
Ooh.
Hold up. Return to
A
Dreamland
new
Deluxe
story
info?
will unfold.
Is
in
this
the
that
Kirby's
epilogue that
Return
was
to
leaked?
Dreamland Deluxe game. Magolor, the interdimensional traveler from the main adventure, has lost his powers and must escape the realm between dimensions.
So this is the epilogue that was leaked. This ought to be cool.
All he can do now is a basic attack and jump. To regain Magolor's powers, you'll need to collect magic points by defeating enemies.
I see.
With magic points, different abilities can be restored and enhanced. Improve Magolor's levitation. Or
Wow!
increase his attack range. The order in which you restore his powers is up to you. There are over 20 interdimensional stages to explore.
Ooh.
Up to 4 players on the same system can venture through this mysterious realm together. Can Magolor
This looks
restore
cool.
his powers and safely return to his world? You can access this new epilogue after clearing story mode.
All right. This looks good.
After today's Nintendo Direct, a demo will be available on Nintendo eShop.
Well, the demo won't be necessary since I've already played the original
Specially
game.
arranged demo
So,
with select stages and sub-games. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe launches on the Nintendo Switch system
Well,
February
hopefully that
24th.
journey is actually
Pre-orders are
taught
available
Magolor some
now on
humility.
Nintendo eShop.
yeah.
We hope you're looking
Next
forward
bit.
to the new story in Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Next, here's some news about Nintendo Switch Online. Please take
All
a look
right.
at this.
They're gonna show us new games, aren't they?
But of course.
Yep. Game Boy!
Game Boy Classic. Wait.
So we got Super Mario
Game
Land
Boy
2.
games are being added to
Ah.
Nintendo Switch Online.
So will this include,
On Nintendo Switch, you can play these games anytime.
So will this include Game Boy
anywhere,
Color,
just like
Game
you
Boy
could back
Advance?
in the day.
Boom! Tetris for Nintendo Switch Online.
Arrange the falling Tetraminos and aim for a high score. Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. Reclaim the castle that Wario stole from you.
And
The
there,
Legend of Zelda
so it does
Link's
include, so it
Awakening
includes
DX.
Game Boy Color.
Awaken the Windfish to escape Covalent Island.
But then again,
Gargoyle's Quest.
how much of a point is there to get Link's Awakening DX when there's the remake?
Game & Watch Gallery.
Ooh,
3.
Game & Watch
Play the
Gallery.
seven
That's
of Game & Watch
neat.
titles. Alone in the Dark, the new nightmare. Solve a murder mystery on the supernatural
Alone in the
Shadow
Dark.
Island. Metroid 2, Return
I'm
of
the
Samus.
Lightbringer.
Metroid's hiding
I'm the
place.
freaking universe.
Wario Land 3. Traverse a world that changes between day and night based on your actions. Kirby's Dream Land.
Of course, they have to include the original here.
Spit out enemies in Kirby's debut title. You can use the Game Boy, Game Boy Pocket, or Game Boy Color screen filters.
Okay, they've got the
Up to 2
options
players
there.
can play compatible games together locally or online.
Fascinating.
More games will be added in the future.
Ah, they're adding the Oracle games.
Yep.
Ooh, and Tilt and Tumble.
Hold up.
Ooh, there's more. And Game Boy Advance.
So, which GBA games we getting this time?
Ah, Minish
Game
Cap.
Boy Advance games are being added to Nintendo Switch Online.
Okay,
Plus expansion
so
pack.
Game Boy is being added to the basic, and Game Boy Advance is being added to the expansion pack.
Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3.
Not surprising.
38 extra levels from the Nintendo e-reader accessory. WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro Games.
Ah,
Experience
the
origins
original one
the
of
lightning
these.
Fast Micro Games. Kuru Kuru Kururin.
Okay,
Ride a
this is an
spin to the
interesting
goal without
choice.
Hitting obstacles. Mario Kart Super Circuit.
Yeah, one of my
First
least
Mario
favorites,
Kart game
honestly.
created for a portable system.
I'm not a fan of Super Circuit.
Mario
Ah, they got
and
Superstar Saga.
Venture through a zany world and fight with
Still sucks what
enemies
happened with
and
Alpha
attacks.
Dream.
Yeah. We can
The
agree on
Legend of
that
Zelda,
much.
the Minish
Yeah.
Cap. Shrink to miniature size and dive into a big adventure. Local and
Yeah,
online
the,
play support for compatible games.
The remake of Bowser's
Players
Inside
can
Story
play
was
together.
basically thrown to the wolves.
Well, not just throw to the wolves.
More games will be added to this
It
library
may
as well.
very well have been the guillotine.
Yeah.
After this presentation, you can play these Game Boy titles with the Nintendo Switch Online
Okay.
membership. Or play both Game Boy and Game Boy Advance titles with the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack membership.
Nice.
Select Game Boy titles will be playable on Nintendo Switch. And after today's Nintendo Direct, you'll be able to play the Game Boy
Alright.
and Game Boy Advance titles we introduced. Please look forward to more information.
I hope we get to see
about Nintendo
Shantae on
Switch
NSO.
Online and
Oh, but
Nintendo
wait a
Switch
minute.
Online
Babe,
Plus
it's
expansion
on.
pack in the future. Let's see a few more headlines.
Alright, more headlines.
Headlines.
The original
Metroid Prime Remaster!
on Nintendo Switch.
Awesome!
Think this could be a setup?
Might be, I don't know. Drop imminent. Metroid Prime, let's go! The original Metroid Prime is now being supported by crowd control, by the way, along with Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Ooh. This looks nice.
Ah, the classic oh crap moment.
Yes. Ridley! Ooh. Metroid Prime Remastered.
The first Metroid Prime game, originally released on the Nintendo GameCube system.
Ooh, that
has
looks
been
good.
Remastered for Nintendo Switch. Explore Talon 4 from the perspective of Samus Aran. But beware, there's more to this alien planet than meets the eye.
Ooh.
Visors are the key to your adventure. They'll help you discover info and clues on how to progress.
If they don't give us in-depth look at Zelda, I'm guessing they're gonna save that for its own
Depending on the
direct.
situation, a certain visor may
A
be required.
specialized direct, right.
Yes.
When hostile creatures attack, keep them in your sights with the lock-on feature. Then fight back with beams. missiles, bombs, and more. This remaster adds new dual-stick controls, allowing you to move around while separately changing your point of view.
Oh, that's good.
You can also select a control style that recreates the feel of the original game, among other control options.
So you got options here. That's cool.
Or with your preferred
Since when are options not cool?
The digital version of Metroid Prime
Don't answer
Remastered
that.
launches
Digital
on
version.
Nintendo eShop later today.
Today!
The physical version of the game will be available.
Okay,
in
so the physical
stores
version's
February
later.
22nd. Put your master detective.
Okay, so this is that one detective game from the
This is the World Detective Organization.
from the makers of Danganronpa.
A trainee detective.
Looks that
And
way.
Shinigami, the spirit haunting him, will solve the strange incidents within Kanai Ward, a city ruthlessly controlled by Amaterasu Corporation. You'll investigate these incidents alongside master detectives of the organization. Each one has a supernatural ability that can prove useful during investigations. Mimic body types and voices with disguise. Detect heartbeats and whispers with audio aptitude. And witness past crime scenes with post-cognition. These abilities can be shared with Yuma.
Oh.
So this is post-cognition.
So use them to get closer to cracking a case. After collecting enough evidence, a mystery labyrinth will appear.
Okay, so this is where the
Spot
RPG elements come into
inconsistencies
play.
And uncover the truth. Master Detective
June 30th.
Archives Rain Code launches on Nintendo Switch June 30th.
Best of luck to Spike Chunsoft for this one.
Next, Ben Kaitos!
Take flight once more. A remastered collection of both Baten Kaitos games, originally
So it's a
released
remaster.
on the Nintendo GameCube system, is coming to Nintendo Switch. After a long and peaceful era on the floating islands above Earth, the Empire.
So yeah, I played this quite some time. I played this a long time ago,
Spirits
so
dwelling within the protagonists. You'll stand up to the Empire across two different eras of war.
I see. Yep.
During
Ooh, this
your
looks
travels,
good.
You'll visit various locales and team up with like-minded allies. Battles are fought using cards called Magnus. Your attack power is determined by the attributes and combinations of your cards, which are randomly dealt from the deck. In these real-time battles, you'll need to make split-second decisions to edge closer to victory. What revelations will come to light in the skies above and the lands below? Baten Kaitos
So that's coming out
1 and 2
summer.
HD remaster.
Awesome.
Soars onto Nintendo Switch this summer. Dive into your new fantasy life.
is this a sequel to Fantasy Life?
The original has been ported to
Live the
mobile.
life you want in
Ah.
a new fantasy life game.
The girl who steals time?
Exploring the once thriving island, you'll meet a mysterious girl. Then travel between past and present to make the
Scarlet
island
update
your
needed?
own.
They'll probably save that for a Pokemon Presents.
Become a woodcutter, angler, cook, blacksmith, paladin, magician, and more. Take on different roles to develop the island.
Okay.
How will you rebuild?
I think I have some friends who have played the original Fantasy Life.
This life is yours to live.
Not really my thing, but it does look very
1,000
charming.
Years, the restoration is about
Yeah, I
to
can
begin.
agree with that.
Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time.
So that's from level 5 later this year. Oh,
Hold up.
what is this now? Not actual game. Wait. No. Layton! Professor Layton and the New World of Steam. He's back!
Way
Wave 4! Okay, wave 4. Let's see what we got. Ooh, a Yoshi's Island track.
A brand new course is zooming into
A new course?
of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe booster course.
It's a brand new course, not... Ooh, that's cool. So it's a brand new Yoshi's Island course based on the Yoshi's Island games. That's pretty cool. Wait, Birdo's coming in!
Mario Kart Double Dash is also being added to Wave.
They're adding characters! Come on, give us Captain Falcon character. Come on, give us Diddy Kong!
Wave 4 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC for the
Goddamn
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe
cock-tease.
game races onto the
You're
Nintendo
teasing
Switch
us.
system this spring.
But they're adding characters. That's a good sign there.
Online Plus expansion pack members
We could
will
see
enjoy
Diddy
the
Kong.
DLC at no additional cost. The DLC can also be
I want to play as Diddy Kong! Ah, sizzle reel.
Is it real?
Alright, so we got... They upscale the frame rate for that. Alright,
Thank you for staying with us so far.
okay.
This will be our last segment.
Come on,
Please
Zelda.
take a look.
Zelda. Zelda. Yep, this is Zelda. Ooh. This does not look good. I mean, as in theming-wise. I mean,
The graphics are stellar, but the events we're seeing...
yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
mean. This is bleak.
Rise, rise, my servants. Sweep over Hyrule. Eliminate this kingdom and her allies. Leave no survivors.
That's Ganondorf, all right.
Yeah. What we destroyed was the rampant flesh back in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
His cunning mind is coming out.
yeah. So. Oh, shit.
But Link, I am not sure you'll be able to stop him.
Oh, man. But, so, could some people are thinking that, someone in the chat saying that that voice was Matthew Mercer for Ganondorf. I kind of wondered if it was Patrick Seitz or someone else. So, Switch. Yep. Tears of the Kingdom. What?
Please, lend him your power.
What's this now? Ooh? I'll have to rewatch that trailer.
There's quite a lot to digest with that for sure.
That
May
was
12th.
The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, the latest entry in the Legend of Zelda series. In addition to the standard version, a collector's edition of the
Of
game
course,
containing
they'd have a
various
collector's
items
version.
will release on launch day. A new amiibo figure of Link from this game will also be available
New
on the
amiibo.
same day. We hope you're looking forward to Link's latest grand adventure. That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Thank you for watching.
Alright. And that's all for that.
Indeed.
I was hoping... What?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah. I was hoping we'd find out more about Tears of the Kingdom.
They might have a direct sometime in April to fully flesh it out.
Yeah. But, anyways, I wasn't expecting to hear about the remaster of, Metroid Prime be a shadow drop. But there was some leaks confirmed and, some pretty interesting stuff otherwise, but, hoping to hear more soon.
Indeed.
Alright, so that's going to be all for this.
Yeah,
Yep.
Sorry. Anyway,
So, yeah.
we've our own things we are looking forward to. But I'm a bit less enthused. Not the fault of Nintendo, of course.
Yeah. Anyways, be sure to join us on twitch.tv/thequarterguy this weekend for, this Saturday specifically for the latest Splatfest.
Indeed, the Chocolate Splatfest will be coming up 3 days from now.
Yep.
And rest assured, we will be ready.
Yep. I'll have my Desire driver ready to go. So, once again, thank you all for watching. I'm the Quarter Guy.
This is the Fifth Eye Gamer, and
And until next time, the arcade is closed.